Hey folks, Ryan here for Feroz Moto, back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how to survive
Session 4
your first track day
by myself
at New Jersey Motorsports Park or any other track along the area. So this is my fourth session, as you guys seen here, and we're going to hop right into it. So here we are going down the straight. This is my fourth lap, so my tires, everything are up to temp, and I'm going to start working my way through traffic. I started out as a novice for this group, but since there's only two of us, we got pushed into the intermediate. So here I have one of my friends, Roman, actually in an autocross group chat. He is going to give me the point by soon enough. Yep, right around here, which I'm going on the right. I'm going to keep going. So some quick tips, of course. Please really ease into driving. So this is my fourth session of the day, so I have a lot of time to practice and get comfortable out with the car. I had an instructor with me all morning, and this being my first session by myself, it gave me the ability to really test out and practice what I learned through the day. Biggest thing I really stress and to focus on is get the line down straight. That's what my instructor Jason was telling me all day. Speed comes after, no matter what car you're driving, how fast, how slow. Once you get the line right, it's always going to be the fastest way in and out of everywhere. And as you guys see here, as I'm saying with the line, I am slowly but surely eating up this GT3 in the turns. I actually got to talk to the guy after. Ben, super cool dude. Props in for tracking his GT3, but definitely wasn't pushing as hard as I was expecting for the day. But nonetheless, I'm going to take that point by in victory as we go. So as you guys see, the car is handling just fine with all that I'm giving it, trying to stay within the limit. My car is in MDM mode, which is its sport traction mode, is about 80% on, I'd say, for track control. But all my inputs, you see, you want to be very smooth. Smooth is fast. Insert smooth operator here. But as we keep going, we are going to go hard into the brakes, onto the straight, and try to not shut off too much speed, but just enough to help me tuck in and turn. But overall, with my platform being the G80 M3, with rear-wheel drive, long wheelbase, it's very easy to control, and with my tires and everything, it is a very, very deadly combo when working together. That being said, this is a game of repetition. We are doing lap after lap after lap, and I'd say really focus on getting one thing right, or focus on an area you think you're struggling with per lap. It's rarely ever you're going to get this lucky with the lack of traffic that I have here. It happened to work out really in my favor, but even here, see, I slowed down to really try to practice and test out what's a faster line getting through this area. This one I was struggling with a lot throughout the day, trying to see how sharp I can cut in to really hug those curves. And as my instructor was saying, you really want to line up with these cones. Thankfully, with this group, they set up the cones nicely, so it's right by the apex where you want to really be hitting, almost hitting with your tire. So just keep working, working. Make sure your temps and everything are good on the car. Thankfully, mine is pretty modern and kind of built for this stuff, so it didn't really give me any issues at all throughout the day. And it's just a game of rinse and repeat and stay within your limits. Not everyone is out here to set records and make the fastest time of the day. Some people are out here just to have fun, so you just need to respect everyone's space, everyone's pace, and just really look out for yourself and have fun. I'd say track insurance is important for a lot of folks. They were stressing out how a couple turns, like the one we just saw there, is pretty dangerous if you mess it up, and you just go straight forward into a wall. But I did take the risky gamble and went without it today. I have a lot of faith in myself, even though I know it's not always your fault. For how much it should be to insure the car for the day, I just not think it as worth it and decided to just take it easy as much as I could within my limit. Everyone's limit is a little different. You guys might think my limit's a little crazy for how fast I'm pushing in a lot of these turns. The session after, I was crushing my personal best. Here I got a 137.9, which is pretty solid for what I thought of the day, but ended up coming down to a 134.9. So after reviewing some videos, talking to everyone around the paddock, and just kind of figuring out where to get faster online, it really does help out a lot. Talking to my one buddy Mark in his Porsche 4.0 Boxer, and he got a 128 in the day. So he is a rocket, and he helped me out a lot with especially finding time in turn 1, how to deep later, and really use all the track. So as you guys know, as you see in my other videos, how to prepare your car for this, you want to make sure everything is up to snuff, being brake fluid, you're having a proper dedicated set of pads. I know since my car is so heavy, kind of having a pseudo street item isn't really going to cut it, and also based on your skill, how hard you're cooking is how hard you're going to be wearing on your consumables. So you got to really just take in check Some of my sessions were 40 minutes long. I know that's not always going to be the case since we had both our groups merged. So that being said, you really want to be careful and make sure everything is running at an operative temp and you're not going to, go 140 miles an hour in the straight and not have brakes. As you see here, I am getting point buys with the car, which is really nice. You always want to stay on the line and give a point buy offline for the person to go through in the designated zones. That's why we have the windows down in our car so you can give a point buy when it's proper time. Whenever you're behind someone in the back, they really should be letting you go. Traffic is not fun for anybody. You're kind of ruining it for the guy behind you, and gives a lot of pressure on you to perform. So you don't want to make mistakes. Everyone's here trying to have fun, get home at the end of the day. So just be safe, have fun, and stay in the zone. Here you see I'm coming up on this S2000, I believe, and it's just so satisfying finding a car and slowly closing the gap. I know this is not racing, but it sure does feel like it sometimes when you see a car and you really got your sights on it and you want to hunt them down. But smooth as fast, as I said, you guys just keep chugging along and keep going. You hear the tires howling and howling. As my instructor said, a chirping tire is a happy tire. But it's really cool to feel that limit. This is my first time on 200 treadwear tires, and my boy, the first time I felt how much grip I had in some turns, it really did give me a spook since I'm just not used to that level of G on my body. I'm with a street tire, 300 treadwear, like PS4S, I'm kind of used to that limit of grip because that's just what I've known for all this time. But slowly bridging the gap to what this car can really do once it's on, it is truly baffling how much actually grip you have. So finding that out slowly but surely in these turns, it's definitely a growing and learning experience, but once you start getting really comfortable with this platform and your car can do, you can really start to soar and have some fun. So I'm still working here, having a good time, playing my life. Really want to be focused on all the sounds and everything with the car, and to be very quick with hands when you sense any oversteer. You got to catch it correctly with your hands. And of course, remember, no jerky or quick movements. One thing I also learned through the day is how to apply the brakes. As you guys see here, downshift, braking in, and everything is very progressive and smooth. In my first couple sessions, I was too jerky and hard on the pedal. So the second I let off, it was actually really disrupting the car's balance and suspension. Especially in an environment where everything matters so much and it's so extreme, you really got to pay attention and be really specific and deliberate with your inputs. We're not just trying to monkey fist and overdrive these cars. They will fight back. You cannot fight physics, so you got to really be respectful to everything it goes. And as you guys see here, I'm behind this race car looking BRZ. There's actually a lot of them in the group, and trying to make my way through. So this is an example of a no passing zone based on my group. No one's allowed to get point buys here since it's a bit more dangerous than people would like. So the second we get to the straight, as I was saying there, me catching that oversteer, Octopus is always so annoying. But hopefully as we get into an area where they feel more comfortable with the point buy, they'll let us get by. So see, they're doing it right now, giving the point buy on the driver's line on the right. I say thank you, and I'm hauling ass on my way out. And the other G86 as well let me pass, said thank you, and I'm on my way. So I do understand, and I get it. Slow car fast is fun, but once you do fast car fast, guys, it's very hard to go back. I mean, I know my ego in my head feels like it's about to explode as I'm in this group, but man, I was having the time of my life. This car just pulls so hard, it sounds so great, and it drove me there and brought me home. So I am so infatuated in love with this car and this platform. And you guys can see I'm having a great time out here, and everyone's having a good and safe time. The weather we had was perfect. So that being said, things to do after you get back, since we're slowly winding down on this course. I believe I had a couple more laps, but things to make sure and maintain our tire pressures. As the day went on, I did notice and adjust my tire pressures. In the morning, it was raining, so I aired them up a little bit more, since more air pressure actually gives you a bit more contact patch, since it helps cut into the water and dissipate that. But once it's hot, you really want to be in an optimal working temperature. Every tire kind of has their favorite sweet spot. For me, it was around 35 PSI. So I was adjusting after the day was going once they were hot in those temperatures. So here was a tricky one, actually. He was giving me a point buy in an area where we're not allowed to get a point buy, so I refused to pass him because I knew I'd get yelled at. So I was waiting. He looked frustrated, but I didn't care. The second we were out, I passed him. So that's where I started moving and got out the way. And that's a proper way to do it, so everyone is safe and we don't have any problems. God forbid a collision. I did take a lot of curb there, and that was kind of a code brown. 100 miles an hour hitting that curb felt like a true track driver, but man, what a feeling. There's nothing else like it, guys. Blitzing down the straight and breaking in. So quick editing here to keep it interesting. We're going to be chasing down and passing more folks. I did take a break before this and just checked my temperatures, modulated them, and went back out. It's okay to take a break throughout the session. I mean, since mine was 40 minutes, I didn't want to keep wailing on it for that long because I know the car would probably not be that happy, especially with heat. One thing I learned with these cars, and any car that you're really tracking heavy, the amount of heat that goes on with these cars, you're just going to be cooking that brake dust into your wheels. I tried cleaning my VS5 RSs, but I need a really strong iron mover or something because they are just, like I said, really baked in. Another thing to notice and do before you go out there, for my opinion, what my shop was telling me down at Gear 247 was to kind of tape down your wheel weights with like an aluminum heat protectant. This helps keep them on, especially with how much heat's going through those guys. You don't want to melt them off and have them fling off. And on your drive home and everything, your tires and wheels are unbalanced. So we're hunting my friend Sean here. I was talking to him early. He has a nice NC Miata NC1 that he's had some mods on, some Olin's suspension, and some nice 200 treadwear tires. And we're just having a good time. And I'm also here chasing down Ben in this little choo-choo train of traffic. We'll hopefully get by. So always catching that little oversteer. You saw someone else had a poor fake because there's a lot of dirt marks, but as long as you're quick with your hands and really feel what's going on with the car's butt, you should have a good time going through. Got the point by here on the right. Say thank you, sir. And just keep on going. So you guys already know my eyes were trained on the prize here. GT3 RS, or GT3, I apologize. You know I want that point by, so I'm hustling here, trying to get there. Within the limit, of course. Oop, little oversteer, corrected it, and back on power. So another thing to also mention, you only want to be giving power really when your steering wheel is straight. The second you have a turn to give power, you're going to be oversteering. That's going to give a lot of problems when people loop out and spin. So like I said, be deliberate with your movement, be smooth with your movement, and kind of really have a smart game plan where you want to be. You really want to hit your marks, and just a game, like I said, repetition, getting everything right, and trying to piece it all together. Connect the dots. So I think he's faster than me on the straight. I mean, I hope so. I know that thing has a lot of drag and everything, but it's aero, but I'm trying to keep up. But as we see here, we're going to a no passing zone, and the choo-choo train of traffic is one speed gun. So just going through this turn, I like to track middle before cutting closer to the right, braking straight since we have all the braking force, and hugging this curb to get a quick line around. I quickly try to get to this curb here again, since I think this is fastest based on what my instructor was telling me, and really just try to look forward and towards the next cone. You never want to kind of be looking in front of you, because by the time you look in front of you, you're already hitting it, and you gotta look to the next thing. So always try to look super far ahead. This goes for autocross, goes for any driving. Target fixation is a real thing, so you want to make sure you're on track and looking for your next apex. Got that point by. Maybe it feels so good inside passing GT3, but you know, not everyone's here going super 10 out of 10, so having a good time. And that's about it, guys. Just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you appreciate and enjoy this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel out and help support me doing this and bringing out more content for you. So I will see you guys out there at the track. The next spot I will be at is Watkins Glen International on April 11th with Mass Tuning. Thank you guys again, and I'll catch you all in the next one.